With his goal against West Ham on the 3rd of May 2023, Erling Haaland broke his umpteenth record of the season to become the outright top goal scorer in a single Premier League campaign. He had earlier broken Mo Salah's record for being the highest goal scorer in a single 38-game Premier League season, but he hit 35 with his goal against West Ham and beat even the guys who played 42 Premier League games a season. What a guy, right? Well, that's only one of the many records the Norwegian striker has broken in just his first season in England. We don't think anyone has ever hit the ground running like Erling Haaland did once he signed with Manchester City. He played his first ever Premier League game on the 7th of August 2022, and he immediately opened his account with a brace against, guess who? Yeah, West Ham United. That game was a clear message to all the Premier League teams about what to expect from the cyborg of a player. But just in case that message wasn't clear enough, Haaland made sure to send much clearer ones before the month of August was over. He scored his first Premier League hat-trick on the 27th of August, and just 4 days later, he scored another hat-trick, making him the fastest ever player to reach 2 hat-tricks in Premier League history. He beat the previous record by 14 games. That was Erling Haaland's first Premier League record, but there were many more to come in his debut season. Anyway, after such a crazy debut month, scoring 8 goals in the month of August alone, Haaland was unsurprisingly named Premier League Player of the Month. He ended the month of August beautifully, and he started the month of September in the same manner. On the 6th of September, he made his UEFA Champions League debut for Manchester City against Sevilla, and in that game, he scored twice, and yes, you guessed right. With those goals, he broke yet another record. He became the first ever player in the history of the Champions League to score up to 25 goals in their first 20 appearances. October also started really well for him. On the 2nd of the month, Haaland played in his first ever Manchester derby, and yet again, he ran the show. He had 5 goal contributions in that game alone, scoring 3 times and assisting 2 further goals. And yes, with his treble, he broke yet another record. 2, as a matter of fact. He became the first player in Premier League history to score hat-tricks in 3 consecutive home games. Now, if you've been following, you'd also know that this was his 3rd hat-trick in just his 8th Premier League game. That made him the fastest player to hit 3 hat-tricks in the history of the Premier League, beating the previous record held by Ballon d'Or winner and former Manchester United player Michael Owen by 40 games. Whoa, Haaland is really a beast. Now, fast forward to December. After the long World Cup break, Haaland was back like he never left. Remember, he didn't go to Qatar, so when club football resumed, he was in tip-top shape. He scored a brace against Leeds United, and those goals took his Premier League tally up to 20 goals. With that, he became the fastest player in the history of the Premier League to reach that number. He beat the previous record held by Kevin Phillips by 7 games. By the time we're entering into the new year, Erling Haaland had already broken a handful of records, both in England and in Europe. But was he going to rest on his laurels? Definitely not. He started 2023 with the same vim. On the 22nd of January, Haaland scored his 4th Premier League hat-trick of the season against Wolves. That took his goal tally for the season in the English top flight to 25 after just 19 games. And this is not exactly a record, but it's worthy of note. With 25 goals, Haaland surpassed the number which won Mo Salah and Heung-min Son the Premier League Golden Boot in the previous season. And he did it just halfway through the season. What a guy, man. Fast forward to March 2023. Haaland went to the Champions League and netted a whopping 5 times in a single game. Nah, scratch that. He did it in just about an hour of football that night. This happened in the round of 16 second leg game against RB Leipzig. With those goals, Haaland not only became the tournament's top scorer for the season, he also equalled the record for most goals scored in a single Champions League game, becoming only the 3rd man to ever do it, behind only Luis Adriano and Lionel Messi. He also joined a very exclusive list of players to hit double figures for Champions League goals in more than one season, joining the likes of Robert Lewandowski, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. You know what else those 5 goals that game did for him? They took his tally in all competitions to 39 for the season, and with that he broke the record for most goals scored by a Manchester City player in a single season. Just 4 days after ripping up records in the Champions League, Haaland went to the FA Cup quarter-final game against Burnley and bagged another hat-trick, his 6th of the season. With those goals, he went past 40 goals for the season, very impressive for his first season in a new top league. But he wasn't even done. After that game, he sustained a minor injury, which stopped him from joining the Norway national team at the international break, and also made him miss a vital game for Man City against Liverpool. But he was back against Southampton with yet another brace. Days after that, he scored yet again in the Champions League quarter-final game against Bayern Munich to hit 45 goals for the season, and oh yes, it was yet another record. He broke the record for most goals scored by a Premier League player in all competitions in a single season, previously held by Mohamed Salah and Ruud van Nistelrooy. On the 26th of April, Haaland very significantly scored once and assisted twice in the game against Arsenal, which put Man City in the driver's seat in the Premier League title race. That goal also broke the record for most goals scored by a player in a single 38-game Premier League season, breaking Mo Salah's record from the 2017-18 season. 4 days after that, he scored again against Fulham to take his goal tally up to 50 for the season in all competitions. After finishing the month of April on a very good note, Haaland started the month of May on an even better note. On the 3rd of May, he scored against West Ham to become the outright highest goalscorer in his single Premier League season, breaking the record previously held by Premier League greats Alan Shearer and Andy Cole. Already, people are saying that Erling Haaland is ultimately coming for Alan Shearer's biggest Premier League record, which is being the league's highest goalscorer of all time. But that's still far off. This season, Erling Haaland has broken a truckload of records, but he still has his eyes on a few more. He could become the first player in the history of the Premier League to reach the 40-goal mark. And he also looks like he's coming for Cristiano Ronaldo's record of most goals scored in a single Champions League campaign. Ahead of the semi-final games against Real Madrid, he needs 5 goals to equal the record and 6 to break it. As of now, this looks like the biggest challenge for him all season. He has 2 games and a possible third to play in the competition this season at the toughest period of the season. Will he be able to muster up 6 goals in those 3 games? It'll really be difficult to pull off for sure. But if this video has taught us anything, is that there is really no goal-scoring record too impossible for Erling Haaland to break. But do you think he'll be able to do it this season? Let us know what you think in the comments. Well, whether he does it or not, it would take absolutely nothing from the insane and mind-blowing record-breaking season Erling Haaland has had in less than 1 year in the Premier League. Anyway, get in the comments and let us know if we missed any of Haaland's many records this season. Also, let us know how many more you think he'll break before the season wraps up in June. And finally, considering all he has done, would you say Erling Haaland deserves the Ballon d'Or this season? Get in the comments and chat with us.